I have the unique privilege of having met Meredith Willson at one point, and I think you talked about it in your film. It was probably the time in his life when he was winding down and he was visiting universities and colleges and speaking to them. And I lived in a community that was building a huge university, but the campus was not constructed yet. And I always felt that they invited him as a gift to the community and to promote the university and to do that. But the sad thing was, I went with my mother, who was an employee at the university, and the terribly sad thing was there was just a meager crowd. I remember it being maybe 25 people. It's been a long time ago since this happened, but there were just very few people there. But what I admired about Mr. Willson is that he treated it with courage, but he laughed about it and he made fun of himself, and he made those of us sitting in the audience feel very privileged and very good to be there. So it was really a nice experience.
I appreciate you sharing that. He had a showman's quality. We have from the late in the film, there's an interview clip you see from 1978. I just used a little bit because the rest of it was not really usable. He was in poor health at that time. And that same day we recorded, I say we, I wasn't there, but Iowa Public Television at the time, recorded a home concert with him, 2 cameras, audio, and he can't remember his songs. And it's extremely heartbreaking to watch. But he starts 76 trombones, and they even set up chairs in this front room right there in Mason City. And there's a young girl there, and she's looking pretty bored. But a lot of older folks, and he's starting to play 76 trombones, and he does the first verse, and he freezes. And then he just does this big piano move up and down the keys, ring, this whole thing, and everybody claps, and he turns around and he says, "For the young lady in the room, always leave them smiling. You have to have a big finish." So he humiliated himself in front of these cameras, but he had the wherewithal, kind of like you described, to put an exclamation point at the end, you know?